I got fired. And I don't really care. This isn't just about a job loss. This is about how we as natural beings navigate a world that is simply not built for us. Welcome back, beautiful humans, to my channel. Hi, I'm Mango. I think I want to move you closer. Is it too much of an echo? Let's get close and personal. Hey, I got fired from a job that I depended on for a lot of things. It fixed a lot of problems financially in my life, and now I don't have it anymore. And after a day or two, I am completely content with it. If you are here, then we are aligned. Hi, angel. Hello, soul. If you're here, you know what it's like to be spiritual in simple terms. You know that to be spiritual is to be free in a lot of things. A lot of spiritual people don't like to be tied down to certain things. I feel like being tied down to something or feeling like you're being controlled or you're moving like a machine, I feel like it takes away your spirituality. It causes a lot of spiritual bankruptcy, and that's exactly how I felt working this job. The money was great, but I was becoming spiritually bankrupt. At the time, I wasn't really coming to terms with that. Like, I would think about it sometimes, and I would just be like, oh no, like, you know, you're an adult now, like, you know what I'm saying, work hard, you know? But at the same time, if I'm not emotionally or mentally well in this job because of how long my days are and the kind of occupation that it is, if I'm not happy with it, having a lot of money or not, like, what's the point of continuing it? Like, you have to choose self over everything, you know? And of course, I didn't realize all of this, like, in it. Like, I didn't truly come to terms while I was in it. I only came to terms after it, but that's just what life is about. It's just about the life experience. And sometimes you have to lose things to have more wisdom, have more knowledge, and become more spiritually in tune. So that's why I'm mostly content right now, because I know that my higher self definitely needed it. Let me share with you my experience. After leaving and looking back at all of the events that occurred and the people that I met and everything, I am quite happy with getting fired. And I feel like that's so, like, I don't know, like, it's kind of rare to hear somebody be like, yes, I'm fired, yay. But it took some time. Just a day or two, but it took some time, girl. If I'm going to be honest with you, this job was strict, monitored, extremely hard to find a work-life balance. And then there were other people complaining and being extremely just draining. Like, I'm an energy person, and I can feel energy from a mile away. I can feel energy just by looking at you. When I feel you, I feel you. And I'm extremely empathetic, so that didn't really help. Okay, so let's get down to the energy part. My first day there, I met my boss. And the first thing that she said to me before even training or telling me about the job or anything, what I didn't really need to know about the job because I already had previous experience. But the first thing she said to me was, don't get into any drama, because the building was predominantly women. And she was like, don't get your drama. It's a lot of he said, she said, well, mostly she said and she said, because it's a lot of women, you know, women can be extremely catty, you know. That was the first thing that she said to me, and that was already a red flag. As a spiritual person, I already don't do the drama. I don't do the talking about people, and especially judgment. Judgment is something that a lot of spiritual people do not partake in. Real spiritual people do not partake in, because it gets you nowhere. Especially in a job like that. It's a job where you have to be on task all the time, which I'm not complaining about, because you're dealing with people that do have disabilities. So you have to be on your toes, and that's okay. But with the added on negative energy and the drama and just the extraness of it all, it wasn't for me, and that's okay. And then right after, there was this beautiful young woman that I met. We actually related on a lot of things. We talked most of the time, and she was telling me how a lot of the women in there could start drama, could talk about you, give you weird vibes, and possible racism. And I was like, well, look at me. Look at me. The proof is in the pudding. Do I look like I want to be hate crimed or racially disrespected in any kind of way? Absolutely not. So that was already weird. But in the moment, I'm thinking like, hey, like, that has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna just mind my business. Like, you know, being in an environment like that, it's so draining. I don't like being in negative energies because it makes me feel very disconnected from my higher self. Like, the job is very rewarding, but when the job is rewarding but the people you're working with is not rewarding, it's just not the same. It doesn't mingle together. Like, there was no synergy, you know? And there was a lot of complaining, and I don't do complaining. I'm just like a go with the flow kind of person. If I'm feeling something in the moment, I'll like say something about it. But after that, it's like, you know, you have control over your life. You choose what you do. You know, you are the mind. You are in control. You're literally the creator of your life. So why complain every day and have an attitude every day, especially with the occupation that you have? You have to have positive energy to deal with what you're dealing with. So it just didn't mix well with me, and I feel like I didn't know that over time I was getting extremely drained. Even if I wasn't in a negative headspace, I'm around people who are in a negative headspace, and they're in that rat race of like, I gotta get this money, I gotta da. So being around drained people will drain you. I truly did not know that energy and being drained took a toll not on you mentally, but on you physically as well, because I felt like this job was aging me so much. It was quite annoying. Like, I was getting bags under my eyes, I was getting pimples. I felt like my posture was kind of getting bad because I'm kind of not really sitting in one place the entire time, but because you're in a certain space for a long amount of hours, you kind of forget about your physical. You're kind of just there, you know. And I'm all about wellness and caring about my vessel, and, you know, making sure that I'm okay. And especially with a job like that, always worrying about if somebody else is okay, which I love the rewarding part of it. I'm not complaining about it. But, you know, I feel like being in an occupation like that requires a lot of motivation, and, you know, I wasn't really getting a lot of that. I wasn't at all. But yes, I am only 20 years old, and it was aging me. That can't be happening. Like, I know I want to work hard, but at the same time, I feel like I am still young, and I deserve to experience the life experience, what it is to be human and what it is to navigate life, and not feel like, oh, this is my only option, I'm stuck right here, when no, there's so many opportunities and possibilities in this world that are just like open to you. Like, we live on an extremely abundant earth, with abundant frequencies, and we are a part of earth. We are one with earth, so we are abundant ourselves. But guys, when I tell you that being in this job and seeing people, it's like everybody was moving like machines. Everybody was robots. I didn't sign up for that. I'm not meant to be held down and identified as one thing, you know? I'm not meant to be limited at all. And that's what the job made me feel like. It made me feel like I was limiting myself. Then after a while, I felt like I was getting so used to the money and how well I was taking care of myself, you know, like materialistically. And I felt like I was losing my higher self because I was so stuck in the material realm. And I felt like my spirituality and my creativity and everything was kind of being like taken out of me. And it was like, no, the job was kind of like, it felt like, oh, give me all your energy. Give me all your energy. Like, no, forget everything outside. This is important right now. But it's like, no, I need that balance. I am a balanced person. And if I don't have balance in my life, I can't do it. I just cannot do it. I will not make it. I did not want to forget about the emotional side of me. And I for sure didn't want to become whatever the women in the building were. I'm not going to become stressed out. I'm not going to become a complainer. I'm not going to make myself smaller for anybody. I don't care if you're paying me like the best money ever every 2 weeks. I'm just not going to spiritually kill myself to compromise with somebody else. Like, I cannot trade that. It just doesn't sit right with me. It doesn't sit right with my body. It most certainly doesn't sit right with my soul. Now that I am fired and I'm no longer there, I realized that there were so many moments where I was just falling so far out of alignment with myself. And I'm like, okay, well, I know that I need money, right? But there was another side that needs me too, which is my compassionate side, my empathetic side, my creative side, and what I'm supposed to give to the world. I just shared that I took a 2-month break off of social media to find something that I can feel more stable in and, find a good job so I can take care of myself better and everything, just for me to get the job. And I still don't have time to dabble into myself, to take care of self. And I'm not talking about physically or just saying like spiritually, emotionally. Like, I still didn't have time for that. So I was like, is this even worth it? Like, it's like the universe was giving me an option. Like, okay, well, you have money and then you have self. Like I said before, there's so many opportunities and there are so many ways to be blessed. And that was not the only way. And a lot of companies, a lot of jobs, they make you feel like, oh, this is the only way. Like, you need us more than we need you, And it can be so belittling sometimes. It can be so degrading sometimes, even if it's in the most subtle way possible. It can be so selfish, And I don't want to be around people like that. Now, let me tell you my experience on realizing. This is the realization point. Maybe just after a day, I started realizing a lot of things. And I'm very proud of myself because I've been, working very hard on my subconscious mind. And, the chatter I was talking about in my last video and how, there's things that you tell yourself that you don't realize that you tell yourself throughout the day. You start believing them. And I've been working on that with affirmations and meditation and just really being in tune with myself and knowing how abundant I am. And I'm so surprised that I got over it in 2 days. It's like my body would not allow me to cry anymore. It wouldn't allow me to be upset anymore. It wouldn't allow me to be sad anymore. And it's not like it was like, oh, stop crying, let's get to the grind, let's get back to it. It wasn't like that. It was more of me being in the present moment. And when fog is in front of you and fog is behind you, that's what it felt like. And I was just present in the middle. I don't know what's coming in the future, and I'm forgetting about what's behind me. And I was so content with that. And I was just telling myself, I'm abundant. I can attract anything that I want. I attracted this job. If I wasn't capable, this job itself wouldn't have even been presented to me. So, I am 1,000% capable. And I just wouldn't allow myself to just be upset like that anymore. I can't. That would be punishing myself, After being angry or upset or sad for a while, after a while, it's already, whatever happened to you is already over. So you're just punishing yourself after that. And I don't deserve to be punished. I deserve to show myself some compassion. I deserve to show myself some self-love. And that's just what it was. I feel like one of the bigger parts of me being content was because I know that my higher purpose is rooted in being creative and uplifting others and freedom and peace. And I knew that that's not what I wanted to do for the rest of my life anyway. And that's what kind of made me feel like, spirit is showing me, I'm being shown that hey girl, even if you kept this job, even if you lost this job, you were going to be shown that it's not for you, or if you didn't get fired, you probably would have quit. I don't know, who knows what could have happened. But I'm definitely being shown that hey girl, this is nice and everything, but let's get back to our purpose. You can find something else that you're getting paid, maybe not as well as you're getting paid here, but you're getting paid well. You're getting paid well, and you still have time for yourself, and you still have time to tap into your higher self. I'm being shown all possibilities, and I'm also being shown that I am completely limitless as a person, as a being. I cannot be limited. And this message is for the spiritual people watching this, or even if you're not very spiritual and you're watching this, you are limitless. There is no ceiling to your growth, no boundaries to your love, and no restriction to the abundance that you will receive. The same infinite force that created oceans, galaxies, and just everything around you, it also lives within you. Release the idea that you are small. Release the idea that you need to beg to be loved or shrink to be loved. Release the fear that you are not enough. You are made of divinity, and you are capable of rising through every heartbreak, and you are capable of breakthroughs, and every single setback will make you stronger. And that's just that. We are all vessels of transformation, so you need to step into your power and claim your worth. There was a moment after they told me that they were letting me go, and I told them, I was like, is there somewhere that we can compromise, or some way that I can show you different? You know what I'm saying? I am, I'm worthy of the job. Like, I'm a good therapist. I'm, everything, right? And I said that, and then when she was just like, yeah, unfortunately, no, something clicked in my head, and I was like, why would I say that? I should have looked at her and been like, okay, have a good one, and walked out. That's what I should have done. But in a very, very vulnerable moment, you're not really thinking about stuff like that. You're kind of just doing, and I forgive myself wholeheartedly and fully for that. But no, you do not have to prove yourself to anybody. You don't have to tell anybody that you are good enough for something that you know that you're good enough for. Go somewhere else where you are welcomed, where you are praised. Go somewhere else that is aligned with you. You don't have to be somewhere where somebody does not see your worth, doesn't see your good work ethic or whatever you're going for. You don't have to do that. And that's with work, careers, love, anything, platonic relationships. It doesn't matter. You do not have to prove yourself to anybody. You are exactly who you think you are. Simple. If you're watching this and you're still employed and you feel trapped in your job, leave. Find something else and leave. If you feel like you cannot lean on another person that may care for you when looking for something else, find something else that's better for you. Find a better environment. Leave. Don't do it to yourself. Do not drain yourself. Because even if you're in a position, right, that I won't say people, I'll just say America, because get paid good, work hard, that's literally Americans. Even if you're doing something like that, and everybody sees it as something like, oh, you're good, you're set for life, you're great, right? But you are so drained that you don't even feel like going to work every day. And you come back home irritated, you're upset, you're angry, you're mad, you're like, why am I doing this to myself? If you're like that, you need to go. Do not sacrifice your well-being for something that can be gone tomorrow, temporary, for people that can say, bye-bye, we don't want you anymore. Do not do that. You are not crazy for wanting more than just material things. Trust your intuition. Trust yourself. And if something is calling you, if there's something in your head that you're thinking about every single day, something that you cannot go a day without thinking about, and you feel like, oh, if I don't dabble into this, I will regret it, then just do it. Just do it. You have to follow your higher calling. Make time for it. You never know what's gonna happen. Follow your intuition. I'm telling you, if there's something that you just crave so much and you're like, oh my gosh, my life will be complete with this, and you're doing the exact opposite of what you would be complete in or what you would feel fulfilled in, it's just, you're not going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel miserable. It's just not going to go together. And if you feel like you cannot take the huge step of just, bam, I'm gone, do it in small steps. Take your time. You're on nobody's time but your time. Nobody defines you. Nobody has control over you but you. Nobody has control over you or your life but you. You are the creator. You are the source. Simple. Thank you for being here with me. I'm so grateful to share my experience with you and everything that's going on in my life. I'm so grateful to be able to be relatable if this with you or this resonated with you. Thank you for allowing me to take up space and for allowing me to speak life into you, if I did. Allowing me to encourage you and allowing me to fulfill my higher purpose through you. I love you. What's coming next is I will continue to be creative. I will continue to make creative projects. I will continue to be myself, and I will succeed in that. And nobody can tell me that I won't. I will continue to follow my life's purpose. I will continue feeding myself before I feed anybody else or before I belittle myself for anybody else. I will continue to do that. And I hope that you're affirming this too. If you're in your room alone, you're at a cafe sitting there with earbuds in, just looking at my video like, who is this girl? I hope you're affirming it too. So, once again, thank you for being here. I love you. And I will see you again.